One is investment into the transportation and urban development sector, in particular in the Russian Far East. JVIS has been engaged in many projects in oil and gas and mining projects traditionally, but the focus on the infrastructure, especially on transportation sector, is a really key and a new development most recently. As you know, Prime Minister Shinzo Abe delivered his speech on May 21st at the conference in Tokyo of Names Future of Asia. He made a commitment to make the partnership for quality infrastructure. And in this speech, he made a commitment to deploy $110 billion of capital to Asia for a 5 years period of time. So infrastructure should be operated and maintained for the years to come. This is not just only the quality of equipment or goods, that quality of the operation and maintenance will be a really key issue. So in this regard, Japan has a good track record. And one of the bottlenecks of the Russian Far East is a lack of the connectivity of transportation, including a railway and railway to the ship, to the port facility. But most recently, there are new trends we have to pay attention to. One is a movement of the investment, the inbound investment from Japan to Russia, from the private sector of Japan to, for example, the port or airport, management of airport and port. And for instance, on the airport, we have been working on the project making in the airport of Vladivostok. And a couple of Japanese companies showed interest in investment into the airport of Vladivostok, together with a local partner. This is a first phenomenon, most recently to be very developing right now. Secondly, port. We are working on the project in the coal handling facility and cargo handling facility in the port of Vladivostok and the port of Nakhotka, and potentially port of Zarubino. And port of Zarubino, for instance, one of the major cities in Japan Sea rim, Niigata, has a regular cargo traffic, the engagement with port of Zarubino. However, due to the lack of volume, enough volume of the cargo to be shipped to this traffic, still the volume of transportation of this Niigata to Zarubino traffic is very small volume. So in order to make this traffic more vitally active, we need to furbish the facility of the port of Zarubino in a timely fashion. So it is not just only for the Russia, but for neighboring countries, including the China, in particular the Chinese Northeast, Heilongjiang province, and Jilin province. So this is a sort of the development in a integrated marketplace for the for Northeast Asia. And secondly, I'd like to briefly touch upon that negative impact of the sanction to Russia, especially on finance. Although Japan does not put any sanction on the financial sector and energy and natural resource sector of Russia, we have been impacted negatively by the sanction of, especially of the United States. Therefore, the Japanese bank who's doing business in the US market, this is now getting extremely difficult to keep going on the finance to Russia, particularly to the companies or individuals on the list of SDN. SDN means Specially Designated National of the US sanction. So we cannot use a US dollar as a currency of finance. So now what we are coping with is we're now shifting the currency from US dollar to Japanese yen. So if it is Japanese yen, we can make loans more flexibly. And JBIC has a line of credit with the 4 major banks of Russia. And total amount to be available is roughly $700 million or more. And the interest rate of Japanese yen is very low, and it's good for the financing to investment project. Therefore, that now, all I request you to Russian partner is to take a look at the opportunity of the using Japanese yen as a currency of the finance. And we try to make this happen more proactively. And we are going to be involved in the early stage of the project. And even more that the JBIC will provide the equity finance, not only the debt finance. So the equity will be a key player from now on. So in this regard, JBIC already has the co-investment, joint investment programs with the Russia Direct Investment Fund and Far East and the Baikal Development Fund. So we try to activate these joint investment programs with these two funds. These two funds are under the auspice of the Vladivostok Economic Bank of Russia, and the fund will come from the Russian Welfare Fund. So that's a sort of a sovereign wealth fund. So, but my experience in working with a Russian direct investment fund is they are so professional, and they are more focused on so-called downside risk protection for investors. So this is a pretty professional. I am really looking forward to having more opportunity of the investment, a joint investment with those funds. Thank you.